And I have the honor of closing out our Advent season. If you're new with us, we do this section where we have an opportunity. It's called our Tribe Talk, where everyone can share something that God has had on their hearts. And for this specific season, we decided to do the Advent. And the very final Advent is on joy. And let me tell you that I have a special place in my heart for that. And it's only because it's my middle name. So kind of, it's just there. Every day of my life, it's been there. And so I wanted to share with you one of the most common parts that we hear when we are in the birth of Jesus. And that is when we think of those shepherds that came. Now, I know I only have 3 minutes. The timer's not up there. We're not going to go by timer today, because I promise I'll only take 3 minutes. So we hear that the angels have come to the lowest form of humanity at that time, which were the shepherds. If we take a moment and let's personalize that and think in our stereotypical brains, who could be the lowliest person today in our everyday culture? When you're walking down the street, think of when you see somebody without even knowing who they are, who the lowliest person is. That's who the angels went to. That picture of that person that you have is who God chose to send the message through, was the lowliest of the low. But we get the same message. And it's a joyful message when you hear the angels praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to those whom his favor rests." Right? And he gives on, and he goes on further on, and he tells that where to find, Jesus in Bethlehem. He'll be in a stable. Go and find him. Isn't that horrible? I can't find the part that says joy. I had it written there. One of the kids, they have to know one of these, right? But ultimately what he's telling them is that, joy has finally come and descended upon earth, the ultimate form of joy. And no one knew the end of the story. Very few of us, actually none of us, know the end of our stories. But we have the opportunity to see the whole story unfold. And it is the birth of a baby that has set us free because of his death. It was the joy of his sacrifice. When they say the sacrifice of joy that we all bring, it's that sacrifice of joy that we bring. We're going to do a song that's called Adore. And on Christmas Eve, we all come to adore the baby and adore Jesus Christ. But let's think of the bigger picture. Let's be filled with the joy of Christ as we think about adoring our God, our King, Emmanuel, God with us. He was with us physically, but now he is with us in our spirit and in our hearts. He never left. God with us means God eternal. He's forever. So when we come to adore him, and we sing the song, "Adore, oh come, let us adore him," we're doing this knowing that this tiny baby is going to sacrifice his life for us, to bring us freedom and to bring us joy. The best gift that God could ever give us was the baby that was born in Bethlehem on that night when the lowliest of the low were sent to worship him. So let's adore him this evening, joyfully.